Well, midday shows are challenging. You got to work around your responsibilities, your daytime job.
Responsibilities. Ew.
All right, we're officially live now.
The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Yeah, it just looks like I spilled beer.
There, it should say Save Texas Breweries.
Well, can I start the show with the thing that we do?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, recording.
The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
That can only mean one thing. It's Thursday. It's noon. You're on your lunch break. The weekend is right around the corner, and you see a $3 in front of you, and it says Liquid Lunch, and it has my mug, and there's Kennedy and Gale.
Hi, Gale.
Classing up the whole thing.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
Gale, how are things?
Going good. Can't complain. I mean, well, besides the pandemic going on.
I mean, by now it's like it's the new normal,
right? Yeah.
Oh, don't say that word.
Yeah,
Don't say
take a
that
drink.
word.
It's 2 words, but that means take a drink on this show. Anytime the new normal, take a drink. So anyway, all right, welcome to Liquid Lunch, everybody. I'm Josh. That is Gale. She's joining us today. Soon, Sylvia, perhaps, will be joining us.
She'll be on.
And ladies and gentlemen, the guy pressing the buttons because we have an intro, and if he's ready, I'm going to hit the other button, the only one button I have for now to say welcome to the show. The guy with the hair to your screen left, maybe, unless it's another thing. Ready? We should get some signs.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kennedy.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kennedy.
I got some good beers today.
Of course you do.
It's Gale.
No, it is Gale. It's Sylvia.
I meant Sylvia.
I mean, we're birthday twins. It's okay, I guess.
He's not a host. It's fine. He's not a host. He's just he can't be held to the same standard. When I mess it up, then ridicule me. But he's just here for his looks.
Hey, you guys.
Hi, Sylvia. How are things?
Busy.
Yes.
Busy, but good. How are y'all? Hi, Gale. Nice to see your shining face.
Oh, good to see you, girl.
All right. Well, we're all here for a party. It's your lunch break, and we've got big things to talk about. So why waste any time? Actually, there's no wasted time on the show. Everything, it's like a wizard. Things happen precisely when they're supposed to happen.
I feel like it's 100% wasted time.
It's both, right? It's kind of an Eastern approach, kind of a Hindu, like, I don't know, Zen thing. I don't know. I got to see in world religions. It's all things and no things.
I think before we get into like the meat of it, we should ask that question that everybody's looking for.
Yeah, because if you go straight to the meat, you're going to get thirsty. So, ladies and gentlemen, look inside your soul. Gale and Sylvia, look inside your hands and your glass and answer, look at your watch, because it's
time for your favorite segment and mine, here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
Good. And then it goes full screen, just in time.
Yeah, I'm really late on these, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay. Like I said, it's relaxed. You're here. You're amongst friends. So, guests first, as always. And Sylvia, no offense, you were just on, so Gale gets to go first. Gale, what you drinking?
I pulled out a good little snack.
Little snack.
Yeah.
Them below.
Such a good Pilsner. I'm really loving their Taco Tuesday also.
You know, I haven't had any yet, but I hope to remedy that this weekend, as we'll get into. Sylvia, what are you drinking?
I just pulled a beer out of the fridge, you guys. This one is Eureka Heights Laser Beam. Freaking laser beams. It's the hazy pale.
Laser beams.
Just poured it right out of my 4J Texas glass.
Oh, nice. I was going to try to grab a Houston beer, thanks to the, as appropriate for this weekend's festivities. But when I went looking, the only Houston beers I had were all 10 plus. And I was like, in lieu of the rest of the day, I better go with something a little more crispy and lunchable. So I went with the Live Oak Pills in 3D.
Very nice. Great beer. Love that beer.
Yes.
It's a perfect shotgun beer. Kennedy, did you shotgun today?
I haven't shotgun today. I gotta go to work here in a little bit, so probably no shotguns today.
Work schmirk.
But I
What are you drinking?
But I do have this.
Neon
Shades Tups is their sour ale brewed with passion fruit, orange, and guava. Julie was just in the DFW area last week, and she made a good beer run. So thank you. She can't be with us today. She's out working again, doing the work thing. So, but she brought me back.
I was really looking forward to seeing her.
But she brought me back. Oh, you might see her on Saturday.
That first sip, so good. Just wait,
When it hits your lips.
Wait, just
Feels so good.
Mm-hmm. It's only the only thing better is the second sip, and then the third. Anyway, all right. So enough tomfoolery. Let's talk about the reason we're all here this weekend. We've got to support our brethren and sisterin, our fellow beer lovers and producers of the greatest beverage in the world. Sylvia, what are we doing this weekend? Tell us all about it.
Well, first, I guess thank you guys for letting us come on and talk about this. This is something that we are super excited to launch. I will just kind of give you the backstory of how this idea got started. Friend of mine, Miguel, who owned Dreddy Customs, he owns a UV printer. So I've been working with him on a lot of different beer projects, and we got to talking one day. And he said, what would be really cool if we just try to organize a beer run? And I'm like, tell me more, I'm all for a beer run. And so we just got to talking and drinking beer. And, before by the end of the night, we had this semi-plan of put together of a way that we can support our beer community here in Houston. And not really only just in Houston, but in Texas in general. So, as you know, Texas Beer Collective was formed last year. Lindley and Sarah and I decided to try to build a community that was focused around Texas beer. And we thought this was a perfect opportunity to really put Texas Beer Collective out there. As you know, Collective is a group of people with the same common interest to make something work, right? And in our case, it's Texas beer. We want to be able to spread the love for Texas beer across states. We want to help in any way we can for the promotion of Texas beer. So got some friends together, Gale, Lindley, Chris, Everett. I have a long list of folks that have stepped up and said, we talked about this, and they said, I want to be a part of it. How can I be a part of it? So that simple idea of a Houston beer run turned into a citywide community initiative that we're kicking off this Saturday. And what it entails is we've posted several routes on Facebook of different routes that part of the team, everybody on the team picked their own route. We didn't really want to just group everything, just go to these. So we said, for this first run, let's make it a little bit different. Let's pick our own breweries that we want to do, that we want to support. I would love to go far north, far south, and, make that massive trip. We just know that it's not feasible for everybody. So we've selected, I think we're up to 10 routes as of this morning. And those details are on the Texas Beer Collective page. We're asking for folks to just show up and buy some beer. It's very simple. Pick a route that works for you, or create your own route if you like. If you want to make that citywide north to south run, by all means, please do. The main objective here is to promote our local breweries and to keep them open. And the best way to do that is with our money, is with our hard-earned dollars, putting back into the business, filling up those fridges, and getting out there and maybe running into a couple people,
Yeah, it's the easiest form of support because, you're coming away with beer. And, you get out and see some stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I stayed pretty close to home for the most part, except for just the routine. A road trip is a good thing, especially when there's a brewery at the end of it, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. And,
exactly.
we are, it's not an embarrassment of riches, but we're super blessed here in Houston to have a lot of really high quality breweries run by some of the best people. And the community, the Houston beer community, is fantastic. I love it so much. I love the people. I love the spirit of it, the whole thing. It's just, it's a really awesome thing. So to be a part of it this weekend, just by driving around and getting beer at these awesome places, it's just a fantastic idea. So
yeah, we think so too. Last year Gale was a part of last year? It was 2 years ago when we did the Houston Hottest Brewers calendar. We raised money towards Craft Pact, which at the time was fighting for the beer to go laws, right? Mm-hmm. So now here we are, a short time later. Now we're able to do beer to go, thankfully. And it's kind of the same thing. We all pitched in. We all played different roles. We all have different availability and lifestyles, right? And this isn't much different. So with the Texas Beer Collective and this project in particular, it's really interesting to see, all the people that have stepped up and said, hey, I've got some breweries up north, B52 is right here in my backyard. I want to run a route. I want to be there. And I want to try to get other folks involved as well. So, I give props to Miguel for really just kind of coming up with this idea. It wasn't my idea to begin with. I just helped him kind of put it into action. And Miguel. I'm really happy that there's other people involved, like Gale and Lindley and Sarah and everybody else that's chosen to pick a route. And when we go through the routes here, just a few moments, I was pulling up my spreadsheet here. I'll introduce each person that's running the route, tell you a little bit about them. And we're just so privileged to have such a good community that wants to help. So really excited. I'm ready to get out this Saturday.
So I do have a question. So the purpose of these routes, are we caravanning from one brewery to the other? Is that the intent?
That was the original intent. Okay. We didn't want to say like a funeral procession or anything, but right. Kind of like one of those things where we all show up at the same time, right. Get your pre-orders in. So it's a quick, easy transaction. Some of the breweries that don't have pre-order, you can call or place an order through, Facebook and then do curbside. We're not encouraging people to stick around at these breweries and hanging out. The idea is it's get in your car, go to the brewery and buy some beer. If you see some folks along the way, please say hello. But, we'd like for you guys to drive together. I think it'd be pretty interesting when a mob shows up at the brewery and, wipes them out.
Right. Yeah,
but it's not required. Like I said, if you think your route is better, by all means do it. The biggest thing is that these breweries need our love and they need our dollars. And it's time to really, just do it, help any way we can.
I would say
buy a can, buy a 4-pack, buy a crowler, buy a keg. anything helps at this point.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Everybody knows that right now. Most of the breweries, the majority of our Texas breweries are shut down, and it's easy for people to start forgetting because everyone needs help right now. Every small business needs help, but this is one way that we're like, hey, don't forget about our breweries, because if we don't support them, we're not going to have them. I'm scared to death at the way things keep going. If, will our breweries be open next year? What is going to be the status and everything of, the breweries that we have here in Houston? I'd hate to lose the wonderful gems that we have here.
Yep, absolutely. It's, we've already lost some here in Texas. So, it's, another thing, while you're out, when you're getting that beer, get some swag, get some T-shirts and hats and stuff. So when people see you walking around and that, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know about that brewery," or whatever. When you're at the grocery store.
Everybody has a brewery shirt right now, I assume.
Just shameless self-promotion.
I do.
Yeah.
I have my one of my craft shirts.
I got a Spindle Tap shirt.
You picked the Josh, one day I didn't. I just interbrews.
Josh,
that
Josh, we do a beer show here.
I know. Shame on me. Shame on me. But while you're driving from place to place, you can listen to the podcast of either Interbrews or Draft Queens or Liquid Lunch or any of the other beer shows around Texas. So you can learn about the brewery as you go there. You can hear directly from the people. They're out there all the time telling you all about the amazing things they're doing. So, or make a playlist. I want to know. I want people posted playlists of what they're listening to. Place to place. I want people to get. I want people to get the shoe polish, the window paint.
Oh, we're definitely doing that. Sarah
fine.
with Texas Beer Collective has already got some. We're going to paint our cars. A couple of us have magnetic signs from Dietrich Customs that they donated. Thank you. And we're going to have signs on the side of our car at every stop I'm making for the day, and I'm making a total of 6 stops. I'll have my Texas flag out there. So if you see some crazy girl with Texas flag, that's me.
Honestly, you won't be the only crazy girl with the Texas flag out there. I would imagine.
I certainly hope so, or hope not.
All right, so we have a couple questions. Jose's wanting to know where we find the routes. Jose, if you go, I'll let you answer this.
Oh, okay. Hi, Jose. Thanks for your interest. So the best place to find all of the routes in one location is on the Texas Beer Collective page. We have a list of all of the routes under the events section. So off to the left, you'll be able to see that. Also, if you join the community, Texas Beer Collective, we have it pinned to the top under the announcement section. And you can see each region and who's running it, so you can see their face. And then also the link to the event.
Nice. How many did you say so far?
We are up to 11 actually this morning. And I have another one going on online tonight. So let's talk about them. We don't mind.
Let's do it.
So the first route that we came up with is actually my route. We are starting in Bachfish or at Bachfish in Pearland. It's the closest brewery to my house, so I figured might as well, right? Then we're hopping over to Valentin's Brewing Company, which is on the northern side of Pearland, closer to the Beltway. Mm-hmm. From there, we're driving down the Beltway west to Texas Leaguer, which is, I guess, Missouri City area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Missouri City.
Yep. And then once we pick up beer there, we're heading up either 59 or 90. We haven't decided which way, up to Baylison Brewing Company. And then we are ending at Sigma. I'm going to make an extra pit stop at St. Arnold's because why not? And so that'll be the 6 for the Southwest route.
Okay.
I have that route up currently, and looks like I forgot to put Bailson on there.
Yeah, you can kind of see it behind your little brown line.
I made a bunch of these maps, and I ran out of time. Huh?
Why did you pick brown? Is that inspired by like Houston area water, like Buffalo Bayou color water? Or what?
Really? You're gonna criticize my color choice here?
I'm not. I'm just asking what the inspiration was.
It matches with the brown stout on the side.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
So every one of these breweries that we're going to be stopping at has a pre-sale system that we're encouraging folks to go onto their website, pre-sell or pre-order the beer for pickup. So it just makes for an easy transaction. If you look on Google and map this, if you really hit every single one of the routes back to back, you probably won't be on the road for more than an hour and a half. Just because, travel time, right? So the next one that we set up is the NASA, what we're calling NASA Clear Lake area route. It starts at Saloon Door and Webster.
AKA Nerd Run.
Yes. Diana with the Bay Area Masternauts is going to be leading that one. She's then going to head south to Six Wards Brewing Company, which is in Dickinson. Mm-hmm. Make a pit stop there. Again, pre-order your beer online, or you can call the brewery and, place your order that way. From there, we're headed south a little further to Galveston Bay Beer Company, and then ending at Fetching Lab. Now, newsflash, we added Raylene's to the end of the map. So if you want to stop and pick up some rum bottles from Raylene Distillery, she's going to be the last stop. And she's offering some really great deals for anyone that does the Houston Beer Run as an extra initiative, you know, to help.
Nice.
So, all right. I'll talk about the Richmond area as well. So we're going to be headed down south. This one is going to be our first unmanned route. We had a volunteer want to set it up. Unfortunately, she can't run the route herself, but she's going to hit that. So that starts at, and oh no, I don't have my notes on me. We just set this one up last night. Let's see.
This starts this is the 359 route.
Yes, yeah. It starts at Brayman Winery, and then you head north to
Fullbrook,
Elworks, and then back up north to I-10 near Baba Brew House. Now, Baba Brew House, you may have to order online. They have, you know, a little bit different pickup schedule. You may have to order online before you go out there. I'm not certain yet that they'll have beers on the drive-through. So I've got some questions on that. So,
okay, this looks like it's a pretty quick one. I mean, it is one road, 359, which down there in by Fullbrook and Brahman, aka Running Walker, beautiful facility, by the way. I wonder how they're gonna do the pickup. Can you go inside? Well, hopefully you can go inside and take a peek. I don't know how they're doing it. But anyway, this is one road. So you could probably do this one and then cut over and not to have a spoiler alert, or I guess this is a spoiler alert, but not to spoil the whole thing. But maybe you could do the West Side ones as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could start on this one. And you could start at Fullbrook and then go to Baba and then do the West one.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Speaking of West, well, actually Northwest. Well, let's see. Gale, you're running the West Side. You're running the West Side.
Yeah. So
do you want to talk about your route?
My route's going to start deep in the heart of Katy. We're going to start at Battle Hops, and then just mosey on down to No Label, which they're really super close to each other. And then we're going to head up north a little bit to I think we have it at Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
Klaus over there, kind of like Cy-Fair, Jersey Village area.
Yep.
And then to Wicked Boxer and Bearded Fox. So nice. I have a total of 5. Mm-hmm.
Wow, you got 5 on yours.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good route. I'm especially happy to go back to my old stomping grounds in Katy at No Label. So I'm excited.
Boom. Yeah, you could because Baba would be right down the street on I-10. So technically, it's just it's one right. Nope. Yeah, one right turn, a left turn, a right and a left. Anyway, it's not much, but that's all those would be doable. So that's how many would that be? That's like 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I see all these, I think one, I love all these breweries. Wicked Boxer, brand new location. They've been working on that tap room and everything, so that's cool. And then of course Bearded Fox, those guys, love those guys, and Klaus, Thomas, they just. Delicious crispy beers. All those German beers.
This sounds like this is your route, Josh.
You know, I'm this one. I'm looking at this one. I'm looking at Northwest because I see my house on this map. If I go outside and look up, I see like the E of Bearded Fox. And y'all come party with me. And then there's also not to jump ahead. Well, let's do the Northwest, and then there's also a Brazos Valley one that. Not that far either. So
Northwest is also ran by another Bay Area Mastronaut. The vice president of the Bay Area Mastronauts, Tristan, is going to be running Northwest, and that route is going to start. Here, let me pull the list up so I don't. We also added another stop to this one, so this one has a total of 6. Starting at 11 Below, and then heading up to Lone Pint, then B52, Southern Star, Copperhead, and then we added Excalibur today. Now, that brings up a valid point because, you know, there might be some breweries that we've left out along the routes, and I'm hoping that if we miss someone, that you guys get in contact with us and we'll add you to a route, or if you have a volunteer that's willing to lead a route, please get in touch with us. This whole initiative is all community run, meaning it wouldn't happen without the volunteers of, from Texas Beer Collective, of people that actually want to run these routes. So if you see one that we missed, please, email me, beerfedmother@gmail.com, and we'll try to get something set up before Saturday for you.
Okay. Yeah, that drive from Lone Pine to B52 in Conroe, from Magnolia to Conroe, it's a nice drive through the forests and the trees and the natures, the squirrels, all the squirrels.
And the bears.
Hopefully no bears, but yeah, probably bears.
Another cool thing that we're doing is within our group of region leaders, we are also grabbing each other's beer. So I'm in the process of actually tonight, I'm going to clear out a bunch of old beer that I've had in my refrigerator, some random Michelobes that somebody random brought over, getting all that old stuff out to make room for, I'm hoping, another month or two worth of beer.
Yeah.
So we're all kind of picking up each other's beer, and it'll be really interesting, really fun.
I know it's a good time to visit my house right now, because we got back from Florida with a big old beer haul, and then Julie just went up to Dallas area and we got a beer haul there, and now after Saturday we're gonna have like months of beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy another refrigerator.
Not a bad problem to have.
Let's talk about North Central. This is actually going to be a really good run. Fellow draft queen, Miss Lindley Todd, is going to be running this one. She's starting up at Backpew in Porter. She's going to go pick up her case of Chola. And then she's headed to Southern Yankee. And then into town to Great Heights and Eureka Heights. And then stopping at Urban South. So that's going to be a really, really fun run right there.
Yeah, that's the downhill run. This one will go faster because you're heading downhill the whole time, I think.
Yep. And what's really neat, too, is some of these breweries are releasing new beers as well. So, it'd be a perfect time to really try out some new stuff. And then if you've never been to these breweries, it's a good time to just go and say, hey, what's your most popular beer? What's, see if you like IPAs, check out some new IPAs that you haven't drank before. So
yeah, this run here has a wide variety. It's the spectrum on this one is wide as far as styles go, and all delicious beer. I mean, just it's going to hit you somewhere on the palate that you're going to love. So anyway, North Central.
Yep. Yes, and then we got Northeast, since we're up in that area right now. Everett is going to be running the Northeast. This one starts at Ingenious, so a little south of Porter. What is that, Humble, I guess? Is that Humble?
It's Humble.
Yeah.
And then from there, it goes to Spindletap for, your pickup on hazy IPAs. And then City Acre Brewing Company. And then last stop at Brash. So there may or may not be, some shotgunning going on at the last stop.
Yeah,
this is also another really fun one.
I was gonna say, I don't know what you would name this one, but every single one of these breweries has a very unique personality to it. Yeah, like it's through their beers and through their people and everything. From anyway. Yeah, this would be the experimental run, maybe. I don't know what you would call this one.
You can also get some to-go food with your to-go beer at City Acre. They have they have such a wonderful beer menu and food menu.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. Yeah, or if you just want to get a pizza for the ride, when you stop at Spindletap, stop at Texas. I heard they're doing some stuffed chili rellenos this weekend. Those are fantastic. But
and I think aren't they also serving at 4J too?
They are, yeah. So that brings us to the next route, which is our inner loop. We didn't really know what to call some of these, even though 4J is not technically inside the loop. So for some of the inner city fans that don't really want to go outside of the loop and want to stay to their little corner, we know how you guys are. Starts at New Magnolia.
I'm one of those guys.
Yep, it starts at New Magnolia. Obviously, we want you to go to. We want you to start there, but also Astral, I think, is really close by. So we're probably going to be adding them to the route today. Mm-hmm. And then from there, True Anomaly, and then down to Local Group, which is right next to close by St. Arnold. Then to Holler Brewing to go visit John and Catherine, and ending at 4J Brewing Company in Spring Branch.
You should call this one the pretzel. The brown. There's almost a perfect pretzel route here. The pretzel run.
Yeah,
Ooh, it's like Han Solo, only food and beer. The pretzel run.
Yeah.
I love it. I got to give a big shout out to our friends at Gordon Street Tavern in Alvin.
Boom.
They are donating what we're calling roadie snack packs
Nice.
for the Southwest and for the NASA Clear Lake route. So if you show up early at noon for any one of those routes for Southwest and NASA, you'll get a little free snack pack for the road. So
Nice.
big shout out to Henry at Gordon Street Tavern on that.
Hey.
Yeah, when you're making runs, you need to carbo load. So that's very important. It's very important.
Yes. And
Yeah.
by carbo load, we don't mean beers.
Well,
No,
right.
There's no actually drinking of the beers on the beer run.
No.
Go.
No, not one bit. So all of those beer runs are going to be on Saturday, but we have one group that wants to make a run on Sunday. So this is kind of our Sunday Fun Day route. And it's being spearheaded by H-Town Beer Guys. And they are going to be running the Galveston County route. They're the second route with a couple of doubles. So I'll explain. So this route starts in Galveston on the island at Galveston Island Brewing, and then head over to Devil in the Deep for a drive-through pickup there. Then for stop 3, Fetching Lab Brewing, which is in Texas City. So they're on 2 routes of the Houston Beer Run. Back to Galveston Bay Brewing, and then ending at 6th Ward. So kind of south to north, and then you can come back home
And-
if you don't
and-
live in Galveston.
I ran out of time and I didn't get to this map. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I
Just
forgive
hit
you.
45, head south, and then look for the beer.
Yes, exactly.
Follow the crazies. Follow the people that look really happy.
Yes. And then last but not least, our friends at Wildflower Meadery up in Navasota put together our Brazos Valley Run.
Nice.
We've got that announced today. It starts at Huff Brewing and then goes to Brazos Valley, and then a pit stop at Wildflower, and then also Blackwater Draw. So
Nice.
if you're outside of the Houston area, we still want you to be involved. In fact, we encourage Dallas and San Antonio to get involved if they'd like.
Yeah,
but,
Brenham's like halfway between Austin and Houston, so you might as well come on down. And I was going to mention the ice cream place, but I don't know I don't think they're open on the weekends, and I don't know if they've whatever. But anyway, it's not about them. It's about
Yeah.
All
So
right.
those are our routes. Those are all 11 of them. If you participate in the routes, please, post your pictures of your hauls, take some pictures, post them on Texas Beer Collective, tag it with Houston Beer Run and Save Texas Breweries. We're giving out some really awesome shirts sponsored by Cass Branding. They were so awesome to hook us up with some shirts to put out. Holler is also giving away a gift basket. And so get involved, put yourself out on social media, set the example, because I think that's really what we need right now. We've got to start somewhere.
Yep. And gas is cheap right now.
Yeah, and John from Fortune's Beer Works says to stop by there too. And he actually said, what did he say? After the beer run, they're doing a drive-in live concert up at Fortress.
Ooh, nice. So
So-
what route would be most appropriate for Fortress?
It's up in spring, so maybe
They're by Southern Yankee, right? Really close by Southern.
yeah. So maybe
Yeah, they're off of 2920.
Okay.
I would say the north central.
You could do the northwest as well. So if you're finishing up in Conroe and then coming down 45, exit 2920, they'll be on your right, and it's all it's all right there.
It's
all right.
And he's real close to one of our favorite places, Thistle Draft Shop.
Yeah.
Yay.
That brings up another idea that Sylvia had and the group had, is like, where do we go from here after this weekend? How do we keep this going? Because we know our breweries don't need just our help just one weekend, and then we started thinking about our local bottle shops that also need help too. So there's so much in the works that, that we're thinking about, and, where can we go after, this weekend? And we're really hoping for a successful weekend, maybe just, somebody who just happens to hear from a friend who's like, I didn't realize there was a craft brewery in my neighborhood. Let me just hop down there. This is a great time to actually, get to know the people that run the craft brewery owners. This is a great time, of course, socially distanced talking, 6 feet in the, in the parking lot or whatever. But this is a great time to talk to your local craft breweries and get to know them and get to know their mission and what they're trying to do and why they're there and what inspired their passion or what made them open this craft brewery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, breweries are they're community. It's like community personified. You come together for beer, whether you're taking it with you to go drink with people hopefully you like, family, meeting new friends at the brewery, even if it's in line talking out of your car window. Well, while we're through all of this, it's coming together for beer is probably one of the most therapeutic things we can do right now. The whole isolation thing, it really takes a toll on us as we're social beings, and beer is a social drink, and that's the whole thing. And that's why, when you start talking to these brewery owners, there's love behind it. It was not just, they do love beer because beer is awesome, but beer without people, that's it. You have to have both. And it's just it goes so much further than just a drink that's delicious.
Exactly.
Friendship, it's liquid friendship. It's
And Sylvia, you touched on this before, but we had another question about t-shirts for purchase.
Unfortunately, we're using the logo thanks to the Texas Craft Brewers Guild. They're allowing us to use the Save Texas Brewery logo. We are obviously not for profit. We don't really want to get involved in selling t-shirts. The best way to score a t-shirt is to post some things online. Hashtag it Houston Beer Run. We'll ship out shirts to you. We'll drop them off at your local brewery if that's what if you really want one. Get in touch with us on the group and post some pictures. That's what it's about. It's about spreading the love, right?
So
spreading the awareness. But
so if you want
no t-shirts for sale.
No t-shirts, but if you get a bunch of beer to go and hashtag all your beers, you could be eligible to win one.
Yes.
Okay.
Instagram and Facebook is really where we're focused right now. We'll be taking a look at Twitter as well, but if you can use either one of those platforms, it would work.
Cool.
We're also entertaining maybe getting some stickers and glasses made. Just depends. This first run, like I said, is just to see what happens.
So I think we have another good opportunity here with all our other viewers. Dallas area viewers, San Antonio area viewers, Austin viewers, West Texas, all those guys. You guys, yeah. I think we should call you guys out right now, and you guys need to organize your own beer runs.
It's always Houston that sets the bar, right?
Yes, yes. We're putting
Houstonians
you guys
at the bar. Yes, we're always at the bar.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. So this is us calling you out right now.
Even when the bar is at your house.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I've seen there's been the whole challenge, like the selfie challenge thing on Instagram or wherever it is.
When is there not like a selfie challenge? It comes up every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm selfie challenged. I always can't do it, but let's beer run challenge. Let's do it. Come on, Texas. Let's loud and proud. Let's get out there and make some beer. Like Austin, I don't know. We've got some good good drives, right? Mm-hmm. But you get up into the hill country, you get out in some of these places. We have a beautiful state, so get out there and drive around it and go get some beer. I mean, come on now. Let's see the best parts of it. What's the best part around you that has beer near it? Show off. Show off. Kennedy, show off.
I do.
Not just your hair.
What?
Your hair? I have to do this one because how often do you brush your hair now?
Like once a day.
Yeah. Okay.
When I'm fresh out of the shower.
That's a thought.
Yeah. Think about that, Josh.
Constantly. I can't not.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Okay. Do we know of any beer releases, things like that coming out from any of our Houston area breweries that people should, that anybody would recommend? I mean, other than, I know there's some delicious staples, but.
Well, I tried to spend some time looking at that today, and I've been up since 7 and trying to figure all this out, and I don't have a solid list to tell you, but I will tell you some of the things that I just saw casually scrolling through Facebook today.
Okay.
Saloon Doors got some great deals on cases. They have their Honey Blonde in a case for $20, so you can get some really great beer at discounted prices right now. Sigma is also launching a couple of new releases this Friday. They're bringing back the Medina Sod Hazy. I think it's a pale. I don't know if it's Hazy IPA, but I think it's a pale. So that's something to look forward to. I heard Ingenious is releasing another glitter beer. Maybe. Gale, do you know anything about that?
Ingenious.
I think so. It's a one of their. Is it a Berliner Weiss or something?
I think so. Yeah.
So you're telling me Ingenious is releasing a new beer? No.
Spindle Tap on Friday. They're releasing their new batch of Juiced-In and their Black is Beautiful.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also
And Heavy Hands.
Spindle Tap, they have the coffee too, right? Don't they? They're doing the coffee?
So their Black is Beautiful is going to have coffee in it. It has their coffee. So I'm really excited about that.
Sorry, my charger fell. My phone's about to go dead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
no.
Black Gold from
What are you gonna do without a phone?
Spindle Tap coffee, right, Gale?
Yes.
It's Black Gold, yep. That's probably one of their best ones, at least for me. It's more of a light roast, but it's
It's so
pretty
funny.
great.
I'm not a coffee drinker at all. I don't drink coffee. I go to Starbucks. I like their, the ice, like the mocha frappuccinos or whatever. It's a cup full of sugar. But I love coffee and beers, but I do not drink coffee by itself. Like I don't get a coffee.
I am the same exact way. I don't drink coffee, but I love coffee beers.
I do. They're just the hard coffee by Pat. Oh my goodness, that's so good.
Oh gosh.
I know. And I'm like, I hate coffee and I love that beer.
That tastes like, okay, so that PBR hard coffee tastes exactly like the gas station frappuccinos, like the Starbucks ones, exactly like that.
And that's the only thing that I drink from Starbucks. Again, it's like a cup full of sugar. Like I'm like, extra whip, please. Like some of my local Starbucks, they'll give me a bigger cup. Like if I order like a grande, they'll put it in a venti just to give me that extra whipped cream.
Ooh. So
Do
you
ever-
like that creaminess. You should try the nitro coffees at Starbucks because they carry that same body that you would get out of a nitro beer, like a stout.
All right.
And it's really great.
You should tell them to whip it.
Yeah.
Whip it good.
Oh, God. They Cuvée has they have the nitro coffee in cans. They have I think it's a horchata blend. It's been the vanilla and the cinnamon. It's a sweeter blend. It's good. If you can throw some whipped cream on that. Just carry a extra.
All right. Speaking of new releases, and we want to thank Tammy for this. Thank you, Tammy. Back Pew has Sweet Destruction.
Oh.
That is right. Coming out in cans, new fancy cans.
Yeah.
I did see that. And everyone, moment of peace. Chola's going away for the season.
No.
I know.
Wow.
So stock up this weekend.
Oh.
Lindley will be there at noon. Maybe she'll shotgun a beer with you. Well, don't encourage her. Don't encourage her.
Hold on. Is she going to buy all the Cholas?
She might. I told her, I said, I definitely need at least a case if you're there. So try to get there early.
Get there before Lindley.
We're almost into Oktoberfest release season.
Oh, we're already there.
Mhm.
It's already Oktoberfest. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know that speaking of lagers, though, Huff has a new dark lager, or not dark, but darker amber lager that they put out. Trying to think what else I've seen around. I don't know.
You just
remember.
pissed Gale off, Josh.
I know, right? She's like, I gotta go.
She's like, to hell with your dark lagers.
She's like, he's gonna mention pumpkin beer soon, and I can't stand for that. I'm out.
No, you gotta draw.
So what do you
line
guys
somewhere.
typically do for Oktoberfest?
I had to get a beer.
That's okay. That's fine.
I don't know. Like typically, it's go to a brewery or something. It's around my birthday, so.
What'd you get, Gail?
One of my last Operation Fermentation.
Oh,
Ooh.
I love this beer. Oh,
I love that beer too.
it's hard to find a good brown ale. Oh, there's not many out there.
Yeah, not like they used to be, right?
No.
Is that why you made all the routes brown? It's like this subliminal pining for a brown ale.
You need to get past the brown.
I'm just trying to figure out why you would pick that color.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just not a color people typically pick.
Gentleman's Relish from Lone Pine is one of my favorite brown ales. Oh my goodness, that's such a good beer.
Oh, so I have an interesting story about Gentleman's Relish. A buddy of mine went to Costco and he took a picture of like the 4-packs of Gentleman's Relish, and it was like $4.99 for a 4-pack. And he's like, "Is this a good beer?" And I'm like,
Costco. Which Costco?
Check the dates. You check the dates.
I don't know, but I mean, it's a brown ale. It should last for a while. And
But
he's
for
like,
real, which Costco?
I mean, this was probably like 6 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's still there, but he lives up in like Spring, so probably whatever is up there. And he's like, "Is this a good one?" And I'm like, "Dude, get me some." And he bought like 5 or 6 cases of it.
Oh goodness.
$4.99 a 4-pack. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
What a deal.
yeah. I think brown ale just suffers from the fact that it has the word brown. Like, like I don't know. Like, what's the way to jazz up that name? Like, I think when people think like brown water or something, like you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's like
It's just us Galveston, Houston people are just jaded, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
maybe.
I love porters and I love brown ales. I think you don't see them very often. They're gems for sure.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite porters is the Undead Head Ed.
Oh, yes. I love that beer.
That beer is so good.
Yeah. Sigma has a porter. Just a classic porter that is just so good. Like so good. And not in Houston, but 512, they've started bottling their pecan porter. So
Down in Gal.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Gale.
I don't know if it's on tap right now, but Southern Yankee had a good porter, and they called it because their last name, the family is Porter, so they're the Porter's
Porter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's clever. One of my favorite porters is no longer available. I had it probably 6 or 7 years ago in Galveston, from Galveston Island. It's called Perdido Porter, and I keep begging them to bring it back. And I just don't think it's going to happen. But maybe one day I'll just keep wishing and keep bothering them.
Yeah, those are great style. Like the smoky, a little bit of smokiness in there. They're great with sandwiches and meat.
Oh,
I don't know. So
Vicky just jumped in.
yeah.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
She was saying that the brown ale I brewed was one of her favorite beers I've ever done.
Did you text her to say jump in and say that?
I didn't. That was all her. I had
Okay.
nothing to do with that one. But thank you, Vicky.
Jeremy said that Moose Drool from Big Sky?
Yes, that's one of my Texas Renaissance favorites. Well, not anymore since Brigadoon's there now, but
Right.
yeah.
But and then Jason Pitts, my buddy Jason, he concurs. Jason has yes, that's a valid endorsement right there. So there you go.
Oh, somebody was just saying Fortress is near Southern Yankee, Excalibur, last stop on the Northwest run. So somebody else telling you go out there and head over to Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool thing when you start listing out the breweries here in Houston. This is not the entire list. We've got a bunch of breweries on the cusp of opening up as well. I say a bunch, a handful, and so we need it's a great time to be a Houston beer fan. But if we do these beer runs again, the list you're going to see breweries that you had not tried before. Like I haven't been able to get out to Excalibur yet. What's the one six?
Sixth Ward?
Six wards.
Sixth Ward, yes, Six Wards. There's a new one getting ready to open in Waller. There's one in Jersey Village.
There's also one coming up at the end of the year in Porter. I think it's called Deca Brewing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, former Humble Beer Works.
Oh.
They're all members of my homebrew club.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
They're all,
nice.
they're all rogue brewers, and they.
How's their beer?
It is fantastic. A little sneak preview here. They're gonna be on our show here in the next few weeks.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
So
Yeah.
I
I got an email. That's the only way I know about it as well. We'll probably do a Draft Queens thing with them eventually. Yeah.
They reached out to me just a couple days ago. I'm supposed to talk to you about this, Josh.
Oh, okay. That's
So
I'm excited because too, I haven't been to Wicked Boxer yet. I've had Bearded Fox's beer actually quite a few times. I really like their Aunt Rose.
that
But I
beer.
haven't been there. So I'm crossing 2 breweries off my list on my route on Saturday. So I'm really excited about
So
that.
if you're at Bearded Fox and you're a fan of the porter, make sure to try their 48. Their number 48. That is an excellent porter.
Thanks for the recommendation. I will.
Yeah, that Aunt Rose is great too. I love Aunt Rose. I'm right there with you, Gale. So good.
So Tristan said there's a couple of new releases on her route. There's Southern Star Valkyrie IPA, 11 Below Oktoberfest, and Lone Pine Undeadhead Ed in bottles.
Oh, there you go, Gil.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that.
It's in bottles.
Yeah. They've done I think one bottling run before for that one, but that's a good one.
Well,
Stick
I'm
that one back.
encouraging anyone who wants to make St. Arnold their last stop to go swing by and pick up some of their new beers that they've put out recently. I'm stopping by for the DDH Art Car IPA, which I haven't had an opportunity to try, but I'm a huge Galaxy fan, and so I'm really pumped about trying that one.
I want to try that one and the Noble Haze. I still haven't had those two.
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't had
man,
any
the
of
Noble
those.
Haze is delicious. It's probably one of my favorite St. Arnold's beers to date. I could drink that over Art Car like almost any day.
I was really lucky to get at least one bottle of all their like 26th anniversary releases. Let me tell you, that barley wine knocked it out the park. Oh my goodness, that was such a good barley wine.
And now St. Arnold is open, so we could all go there.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Which, that's awesome, right? It's that restaurant that they were able to reconfigure how they make that calculation. But listen, we still got work to do. We need breweries to be open. They are large areas. You bring up a food truck, it's essentially the same thing. There is no difference. If there's a food truck, if you go to Lone Pine, and you can get some barbecue right there, and then you can sit outside under the big oak trees, and there's no reason that shouldn't be allowed.
No.
We need to go ahead.
So what is the reason? I mean, it's a restaurant, and I think about tap rooms are like restaurants. They're social distancing, they're sanitizing, they're doing all the things. What really is the difference between a restaurant with a bar inside versus a tap room? I was doing some reading last week, and a lot of people were saying that the main driver was because beer unites people. It creates congregation, and that's the main leading reason why there's this restaurants can do it but not breweries. I don't know, what do you guys think?
That doesn't make any sense. If we base that law, you should say all restaurants should cease serving beer, because people are going to just be on top of each other. Once they start sipping, they're going to be giving each other piggyback rides and hugging and wrestling.
I've been to one restaurant during this whole, I guess, since this whole pandemic. I've been out to eat at a restaurant one time, and let me tell you, I feel much more safer in a brewery than I do at that restaurant. I'm the whole entire time I couldn't even enjoy my meal because I'm thinking, I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't feel like I'm far away from anyone, And I mean, I went to True Anomaly right when the breweries opened up the first time before having it, and they were doing it right. They had, everything was pretty much contactless. They had to bring you your beer, but you weren't allowed up at the bar. Everything, they took out tables. Everything was socially distanced. I'm getting so tired of that word.
Oh, hold on. You owe us a drink.
Yeah. Oh, Yeah.
What happened? Did I miss something?
If you say
If you say
socially
social
distance,
distance, we all have drinks now.
or drink or new normal. That's
6
two.
feet apart.
Oh,
I'm
it's yeah.
6 feet apart and social. I'm so over those words. But I mean, they had everything. They had menus on the tables. You didn't have to touch anything. It was just perfect. I felt incredibly safe there. I was with my small party it was a total of just 3 of us. Their employees had on masks. I'm just comparing my experiences from that one restaurant to a brewery, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
I don't think you're any safer in a restaurant from catching corona than you are at a tap room.
No, listen.
I think you're more at risk.
I feel safer at the brewery at a brewery than I do in a restaurant.
Yeah, we've had a number of people bring up like someplace like, okay, let's make a list. No label. Look how much room they have outside in the sun.
And no one was even allowed to drink. They when they were able to be open, they weren't even having people drink inside the tap room.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was outside. They said, don't move the tables. There are sanitizing stations all over. Don't bring anything. No coolers, no nothing. Don't even bring in your own chair, because they didn't want, again, too many people congregating together, because that's their style out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's known for. On Saturdays, you go out there, you basically can have a nice picnic out there. They have such a huge property, and they said don't even do that. They don't want anyone doing that, because they didn't want any issues.
Back pew, B52, tons of room out there.
Yeah. Southern Star, every even inside Texas League. Look how much room Texas Leaguer and Spindle Tap and I don't know, go on. I mean, there's everybody. There's space, because they're looking to expand their brewery eventually, so they've already built in the space at most places. It just makes no sense. It's just something they just made kind of a hard and fast rule. I mean, what else we got going on that we can't, take a look at that, Mr. Governor, sir?
Yeah, so much for, supporting like small businesses. Most of these breweries are small businesses. They operate on, on these margins that they can't afford to stay open a couple of months like some of the other ones do.
Yep.
So I'm hoping to see that change. I'm hoping this weekend when we do the beer run that we'll have a lot of folks out there in support to kind of even if we just purchase a couple of cans or a growler or 2, or get your growler filled, which growlers are coming back, guaranteed. I know they're coming back.
Well, the can shortage, right?
There you go. Well, right. On top of that, I just think it's a nice nod to the breweries that have been very supportive to the community. And if we don't step up sometime, they may not be around. We don't know.
Yeah.
We have future plans beyond this, just this first run. So it's like, don't feel like, oh, well, I wanted to get out here and I wanted to get out there. We're hoping to do this again. So hopefully next time it's like, if you do the west side run with me this time, maybe next time, we can do, the north side or, central or something else. Again, to remind everyone that our craft breweries are still out there, and they're surviving, but we have to act and help them before they're not there anymore.
And just because, everyone can go out and go get beer to go. It doesn't have to be because we're doing a beer run. No. I mean, you can go out anytime and support your local brewery, because they need all the help they can get.
And even, like Sylvia said, even if you can't join the beer run, still, if you're able to go to your HEB and buy some beer, post, take a picture, take a selfie, post, do the hashtag and, and everything. And you're still, you can be entered to win one of the t-shirts or swag. You don't have to do the whole beer run. We just put it together like something fun. People who do have time and the, resources to do that. Yeah, that'd be great. But,
post your route in the HEB. Start at the end cap on the beer aisle, all the way down over to the cheeses. Pick up a couple cheeses, down to grab your milk and eggs. Maybe over to grab some, I don't know, paper plates, because nobody wants to do dishes right now. Obviously, you're going to get some of those cookies to make later. The ones where you just pop them in the oven at 350 or whatever.
Cookies you can just pop in? What do you mean?
Yeah,
the ones that
talking about the tubes? The tubes?
No, not the tube. They're already like the trays where you just divide them and put them on the cookie sheet.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
tubes.
Those aren't tubes. No, the tray.
And
You're
save the beer shopping for last. Make a huge detour before you go to the cash register and spend some time in the beer aisle.
See if you
Yeah.
see if you can track your route and see if you can spell out, Texas Beer Run in the aisles by your
There you go.
grab some
And try
coffee.
something different when you're at HEB. Pass up all the domestics, pass up everything you've tried before. Try something new, know. There's a lot of local beers that are going to be sitting at, HEB and Kroger's and some of our grocery outlets that those folks need support as well. We need beer to move. Bottom line, we need to buy beer. That's really what it comes down to.
So you know what you're going to find there? Like if you go down to the, at least at my HEB, when you go down to the inn, they have the stove. Is that, what did Chad call them? The stove tops? The stove?
The end cap?
Well, no, the singles, right? But they don't do bombers really as much anymore, but they do the tall cans, the 19.2 cans. St. Arnold has Fancy Lawnmower and I think Art Car. And then Southern Star has Bombshell and
Legal Draft has a few 19.2s.
Yeah, so those are fun for walking around. They're good walking around. I don't know if you can drink them in the store.
You probably can't drink them in HEB.
You can. You can.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Some of them pour it up.
I don't know if it's legal, but you can.
Oh.
Gotta stop you, right? You got to get within the 6 feet.
Yes.
Try to stop it. Oh, you're not.
Just be like that lady from Walmart. Just get a Pringles can.
Oh, that's ingenious.
There you go.
Ingenious now. James Carlisle now working on a Pringles beer.
Or,
Hey, don't give them any ideas.
or you open that beer and anybody gets close to you, you just start coughing.
Oh gosh. No, speaking of weird beers, did you guys see the mustard beer that
Oh, boy.
French's?
I thought that was a joke.
No, Oscar Blues is actually brewing a wheat ale that's allegedly got mustard in it.
I mean,
I'm
I'll
here
try
for it.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I'll try it. You have to try everything at least once. Because if you don't try, you'll never know, right?
If you drink that and chase it with like one of the pickle beers and then
Last night, I was able to have the barrel-aged pickle beer from Martin House.
Tell me about it. Tell me more. Tell me
Barrel
more.
aged.
Girl, I'm here for that. I love the barrel aged. I like it a lot more than I did the original pickle. It's
So what was did you get a lot of oak? What was different about it?
well, obviously the barrel aged factor is there. It didn't taste as, I guess, I don't know, as pickly. Does that make sense?
sure.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I could.
Still salty?
Oh yes. Mhm.
All right, guys. I'm gonna have to leave in like 5 minutes. I gotta go
For
to work.
shame.
I gotta work. Anyway, you guys, I'll give you guys like 5 minutes before I start the stream. I'm gonna take my leave, but you guys can still talk.
So we have 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got about 5 minutes before I end.
We're
this.
getting
Start.
kicked off the show already.
right?
Well,
Already.
work
Well,
and
thanks for having us before we
work and stuff.
Yes, thank you
Work
so
and stuff.
much, Josh Kennedy, for allowing us the opportunity to talk about this initiative. Just like Gale said, this is the start of something. And, with Texas Beer Collective and all the folks that are in there that really want to help and make Texas craft beer what it is, there's definitely going to be more things. So follow the page, follow us on Facebook, and join the community for sure.
Well, Sylvia, you're welcome on the show anytime you want to promote something. You have
Yay.
open invitation. You too.
You
Gale.
don't-
Yay.
And you don't have to promote anything. You just come hang out. But there doesn't have to be a, reason. Draft Queens.
I'm going to send you guys some stickers too, so send me your address.
Okay. Where can people find Draft Queens? Where can they stream, download, listen?
Draft Queens on Facebook and on Instagram. You can search for us on anchor.fm and find our shows. We do a lot of 3-minute beer reviews. We do a lot of sensory topics, couple interviews, just fun stuff. We just hit our 1-year anniversary of Draft Queens. Yeah, really excited. It's been crazy. But we've always said we're going to keep doing this as long as it stays fun. When it starts to become a job, we're done. But so far it's fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, Gale, where can people find you?
I am home living the pandemic life at the moment, but I'm online. I'm trying to get better about posting, beer reviews and everything like that too. But Sylvia, Lindley, and I are also co-admins for Houston Girls Pine Out, and for Sylvia and Lindley also run the Clear Lake Galveston GPO, correct? Yeah. So, definitely we'd love for y'all to, anyone, it's not just ladies, but, you can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. I've been having a lot of fun, trying out the new, the Black is Beautiful beers. It's always nice to drink, and especially, to support your local craft breweries, but all those proceeds are going to organizations that are fighting injustice. So that's awesome. It's always nice to drink for a cause. It reminds me of, the All Together beers, and then also the resilience beers, when we helped out our friends and neighbors in California. So it's really nice. It's been a nice mission.
Right. A little bonus to the bonus. Drink it for a cause, not just because.
Exactly.
And that's a good place, I think, to wrap it up. So, Kennedy, you still there? I think he's brushing his teeth or something.
He's working.
He's getting ready for all of this. Let's see. I'm going to go for another minute and a half. This is where I say also, don't forget we are available as a podcast. So if you're seeing this now but can't watch the whole time during your lunch break because you have a tyrant of a boss, or you're just really hard at work doing something important, just remember you can download our podcast anywhere podcasts are downloaded. And my podcast, Interbrews, which is long form interviews. If you are interested in any of these breweries we've mentioned today and you're like, well, I don't know much about that brewery, chances are I've talked to them for hours. So you can go hear all about their story, and those podcasts are available also anywhere podcasts are downloaded. Latest place, I think, is Pandora, and hopefully soon on Amazon Music. Working on that one once they allow it. But anyway.
Hey, Josh, are you on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify?
All of them.
Awesome. Great.
All of those. iHeart, TuneIn, whatever, all of it. Anyway, yeah. If some guy named Gary just opened a podcast app, I'm there. Whatever. Let's see, what else? Oh, new episodes. Keaton, Zierling, and myself, we've been doing deep dive, required drinking episodes. So we did one on Live Oak Hefeweizen. The one before that one was Saison DuPont, and we've got one coming up on Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Ooh, yay.
Yeah, so Keenan gives his expertise, and we just dig into one single beer. So,
That Pale Ale, Sierra Nevada's Pale Ale.
Yeah, it's those shows we're supposed to be all technical and get into it. Just us talking about how much we love it. It's like, oh, it's so good. Kind of back and forth. But anyway, so many good beers out there. All right, so guys, get out there, send a post up, hashtag it, pictures, go get some beer. We live in the best beer city in the world. I said it.
These breweries.
Yeah, save them. Save them. Go get you. And I mean, come on, it's the easiest decision to make. And
Kennedy's back.
Hey, change clothes too.
Yeah, I got to go to work.
All right, we'll wrap it here then. All right, Kennedy, good job today with.
Yeah, sorry, I have to. I've got it running out of my home computer, so I got to go.
All right, well
We got to end this.
Right. That's in the works too, to alleviate that plan as well. So alleviate that hurdle. Anyway, 30 seconds tonight. You ready? Bye, Sylvia.
See you Saturday.
Bye.
See you guys out there.
Yeah, see y'all. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching today. Kenny, have a great day at work. And get out there and buy some beer, everybody. Buy somebody else a beer. Share it. Leave it on the doorstep of a neighbor or something.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Here's someone.
Yeah. All right. Well, for Gale, for Sylvia, and Kennedy, I'm Josh. Thanks for listening and watching Liquid Lunch. We'll see you here next week. Bye, everybody.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.